Hello and welcome to our new episode of Neighborhood News. Today, I'm excited to be back on here with Amy Anderson. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Jadra.
Amy Anderson is our Director of Senior Enrichment Services here at Neighborhood Alliance, and she's just here to tell us a little bit about her program. So tell me about the Senior Enrichment Services. What do you do?
So right now in Senior Enrichment Services, we deliver home delivered meals and waiver service meals throughout most of the county. We also do well check calls to our homebound clients a couple times a month, and then deliver them wellness kits as they need essential items for in their home. We are also doing caregiver support and education right now with the Dementia of Life group, 2 times a month or 4 times a month at 2 different places right now, and adding a third in July. And then something new and exciting we have started this year was a mobile senior services. So what we're doing with this is we're doing this at the First Church in Oberlin, and we're doing it every Monday from 10 to 3. And at first it was a pilot program, but we are doing senior services no longer in our own building, which is minimizing the cost that this is costing, but maximizing the efficiency.
Really do so much more than just even what the general public may think. You're really providing all around services for our seniors, for their emotional, social well-being. Focusing on those meals though, our Meals on Wheels program, how many meals do you deliver a week to these homebound seniors?
So right now we're delivering approximately 3,500 meals a week to 750 people. And just an example of that, Kim just added on 20 new clients for this coming week's delivery. So we get 35, 40 calls a week now, and we have assessments done. A couple different people do new assessments, and we're adding people all the time.
And it's so important. I mean, have you been able to, have we noticed a difference between like the pre-pandemic and post-pandemic? I feel like the whole world revolves around like pre-2020 and post-2020. So I know that our numbers for our senior enrichment services, our senior nutrition services specifically, how does that play into it? Are you seeing like a really big increase?
So pre-pandemic, we had 500 people waiting all the time for home delivered meals. So the need was always there, and the senior population, the 60 and over population, continues to grow. With the pandemic, we were able to receive not only funding through the pandemic, but other local organization or local governments, county help, and also the help from the other foundations in the county. So just an example, even from 2020, which was post-pandemic or during the pandemic, when we tripled what we were serving. And even in 2020, we served 119,000 meals to about 884 individuals. And this year we're on track to serve 160,000 meals, and we're already at 750 individuals, and that's not individuals that we had served and have since gone off our program due to attrition and things. So the number that we've actually served is more than that.
So not only have your numbers increased, but also the routes and the way that you deliver these meals have also increased. And I don't know if our viewers out there understand how they understand how important these meals are. These meals are very important, but getting them from our kitchen to the client is also extremely important. We all know Ohio weather. So how important these vehicles, so let's talk about these vehicles real quick. The vehicles that our senior nutrition team uses to deliver these meals, they're called hot shots. Right. And basically what they are is they are a pickup truck, like a F-150 or something like that, and they have a special compartment built on the back of them that are hot and cold and freeze, all those things, so they can keep the meals at the correct temperature throughout the whole process. From when they get them out of the kitchen, they go right into the truck, and then when they get to our recipients, they are either hot meals or cold meals. They're not the temperature never affects them. And so tell me, Amy, how crucial are good working vehicles to your program?
Staff, they are the meat and potatoes of our program. Without, right now, we have 7 vehicles. We have 6 routes on Tuesdays and Fridays and 5 routes on Mondays and Thursdays. We have 2 trucks. One right now has to have the brakes replaced, and one we just are getting it fixed. I mean, both of them are getting fixed as I speak, but the other one had the air compressor go out, so the back of the truck wasn't staying cold. So we had to use one of our other vehicles, use coolers, put them in there, and then the driver would have to come back and forth. And it was our closest route to our kitchen. And our driver would, take some out, come back, and then take some out again. So it was, they are so crucial for this program, because not only that, the recipients, they know what our trucks are, and we have to make sure that these meals go to them at the correct temperature, because they are one of the most at-risk populations to get sick from not having food at the correct temperatures.
And it's so important to keep those vehicles up and running, and how it affects your routes and how it affects your regular flow. I mean, if anybody wants to come visit our senior nutrition kitchen, they're a well-oiled machine. They do this, then they do that, then they do that, and everything runs on a timeline. So when any of those vehicles break down, all of that kind of gets mixed up again. Then you guys are really good at pivoting and adjusting and making things work with what you have. It's the world of nonprofit. Making things work is what you have to do.
And the problem, like on Tuesdays and Fridays, our routes are so big, we can't double up a route together. Like 2 guys go do their 2 different Lorraine routes or 2 different Elyria routes. The routes are too big on Tuesdays and Fridays. So, and not only that, our clients are the same drivers drive the same route to the same clients. They get to their houses at the same time within 20, 15-minute difference, depending every time they deliver. So if we're off from delivery of a half an hour because of something happening, they're calling us. Where is my meal? They know when to schedule their doctor's appointments, when to schedule things by when they expect their meals. So to have these trucks, and we also need to add another route in our Elyria route, because we have such a huge amount of people. We already have a lot of routes in the Lorraine areas and some of our other routes. We just have one truck that delivers to them, which is fine, but our Elyria routes and Lorraine routes are really huge. And we can't even add another Elyria route right now because we're still serving the people. It's just taking the driver like 9 and 10 hours to serve them. So it's going to come a time where we won't have the capacity to serve them. So we really need trucks that run well, and we keep the maintenance up on the trucks on a schedule. We are proactive with things wrong with the trucks. So we received 3 new trucks a couple of years ago that got rid of our 2007s, 2008s, 2010 fleet. So we're very fiscally sound with keeping the maintenance up and different things, but these trucks are the bread and butter to serve our community.
And they're running 5 days a week, all day. So like Amy said, we did get a couple of new trucks a couple of years ago, and as much as we appreciate and love those trucks, we need to keep going and be able to have to update our older trucks that are now older now, that weren't as old last time.
Yeah.
So to keep that fleet going. And
I continue to thank our supporters throughout the whole county and beyond to allow us to continue to meet the needs of our seniors, our 60 and older communities, one person at a time. So my staff appreciates that. We're there to meet the need, and we appreciate everything that everyone does to help support that. We really do. We couldn't do it without our communities.
thank you so much, Amy. Again, I appreciate you. I appreciate all of it that you do, you and your team.
Yeah.
So again, anybody want to learn more about Neighborhood Alliance or specifically our senior nutrition program, please visit us at www.myneighborhoodalliance.org. Thanks, Amy.
Thanks, Jadra. Bye-bye.
Bye.